Hello, Joey Reno. Is that you? Oh, there he is.
How are you guys?
Nice to see you, Joey Reno. Do we call you Joey, or is it just Arena?
Joey's fine.
Joey's fine. Cool. I didn't know. I'm not sure because you're pretty much
Sally.
the band, right?
Yeah, it's just me.
Oh,
Solo
okay.
project.
Very nice. Yeah, no, nothing to apologize for. Hey, nice to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you for having me.
This is Rich over here. That's Sally, and I am Tony. Nice to see you.
How are you guys?
Where are you? You up in Rochester?
I'm in Rochester, New York.
Very nice. We have friends
just-
up there.
We just
don't
got
have
some
friends.
sun.
Just got some sun. Wow. Did you actually
some
look up
sun.
and say, what is that?
Yeah. We'll get it for about 2 months, and then it goes away for a long time.
Jeez. And how cold is it up there?
Oh, today's not bad. It's got to be 70s. So
Oh, okay. That's a nice day. All right,
not
cool.
bad.
So congratulations on the Dreams remake.
Thank you.
Kicking ass, huh?
It's doing a lot better than I thought it would. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Great song, by the way.
Yeah, it is a great song.
Thank you so much.
What made you pick it?
Yeah.
Well, as I was starting this project, it just the direction I was going for was a lot of, obviously it's very 80s influence, and there was a lot of stuff that from my childhood that I grew up on. And I when I start a project, I like to start with a cover, all like a well-written song, and then I build my formula and my identity around it. So Dreams was just like a no-brainer for me. I grew up on all Van Halen, and I love Sammy Hagar. And
Nice.
I was just like, Dreams was like, again, I say this so many times, but it really was the soundtrack to my childhood. It's the one song that I would outplay. I would drive my mom crazy. That, and then probably like anything Michael Jackson, like off the bad tape. So
How did that happen, though? How old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, you're 34. Son of a bitch. I thought he was like...
You've aged well.
Yeah, I thought he was like... I'm thinking myself he's in his early 20s.
You've aged well.
I get that all the time, so I
34.
appreciate that. That's good.
Wow. I swear to God, I was thinking, how does a kid in his 20s get...
You're
like, how
handing
does
out butterscotches to the people who come on the station, and you're like, oh, you're 34.
So you're a Van Hagar guy?
I love them both, man. I respect both of them. I mean, Eddie Van Halen is the main ingredient, so if he stayed...
Well,
then-
you were born when 5150 came out, right? So you were...
I was.
And by the way, I still go on record as saying, I know the older Van Halen people will disagree, but my favorite Van Halen song of all time, 5150.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Yep.
Wow.
Love that song.
So, well, I love that album.
Yeah,
that
but,
album.
But I
is
love that
just kicks
actual
ass.
that song is
Such
just
an energy.
great
Perfect
song.
Perfect. I was 15 when that 15 or 16. Perfect album for a summertime, hanging out with friends, just driving to the beach, and blasting that damn album endlessly. Right?
Sadly, I was 22.
You're old. Right. So yeah, you're with me there, Joey. Right?
Everything you just said, exactly what Arena is about. Going to the beach, the feel-good stuff, driving fast, windows down.
Nice.
That's it.
So
and by
Young
fast, you mean 55, because,
55.
we never know who's listening.
If I'm feeling it, maybe 56.
There you go.
If I'm
can't drive 55. Get it?
Right.
Get it?
I
The
get-
connection
I see
there.
what you
Yeah,
did
see what I
there. Yeah.
So
Nice.
how did you get the attention of Sammy with this song?
I have no idea.
Really?
It really was a shot in the dark, honestly. My publicist just was like, hey, we may be able to get it to Sammy's manager just to see what his thoughts are. And he came back quicker than we thought.
Wow.
And he goes, great news, Sammy loves it. Can you give us a little bit more of the history of Arena? Now, it's funny because it's like my first song, so there's like really no history. So we made a bio of me, and I've been playing music since I was 14. I've been touring since I was 17. So, like my little successes, that we threw it into a mini personal bio, like being on Billboard in 2012 and all this fun stuff.
Sure.
So, and Sammy, it was like maybe a week of silence, and then we just get this written paragraph of Sammy's thoughts on it, and it
That's
was
so cool.
You just
I
know
love
it was
Sammy
like a
Hagar.
very
Yeah.
genuine response too. It was a very genuine response. It wasn't like, "This is great, good luck to you." It was
Right.
like this,
Right.
He pointed out significant things in the song, and he acknowledged my approach of starting with a lower octave of the vocal, just to kind of fit the synthwave vibe a little bit. And then
Well,
I
that's
just,
how he sings it now. He lowered the key, and he sings it lower like that.
I think he
now.
has to, though.
It's a tough song.
It is a tough song.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
got
a
to
tough
squeeze
song
those
to
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
When you become big time, you have someone who squeezes them for you.
Right.
Yeah. You don't,
Yes,
you don't
I would
squeeze
hope
your own.
so,
You don't
yeah.
squeeze your own nuts anymore.
So then,
Yeah.
and then Sammy made the video promoting your tune.
yeah, then we got that a little bit of time after, and that was insane, man. I just saw his face, and I just didn't even listen to anything, and I freaked out and started laughing. I
That's
was like
awesome.
uncontrollably laughing, like out of excitement and
That's
shock,
awesome.
and I was just like, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to go back and listen to this all over again. So
Nice.
I've actually had the pleasure of meeting the man, and he is as cool in person as he comes across everywhere else. What a nice guy.
Cabo Wabo, baby.
Yeah.
Good tequila,
that's
buddy.
what I
I
hear.
bet. Yeah.
It is.
And now for the song itself, because you did something interesting with the song. Towards the end, you have an audio of Sammy talking from an interview about the song. Was there? Do you have to get permission for that, or was there any issues with that?
So again, I kind of just do things until I'm told not to.
Cool.
So
I like it.
Nice.
I learned. So it's I mean it's public. You know what I'm saying? It's on YouTube and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
And we took only a certain segment of it. You know, I know there's like a certain amount of time you could possibly use certain things, so we kind of went that whole route. But honestly, I just didn't want it to be a cover. And like I said, I did not have any intentions of this song doing as well as it did. So what I wanted to do was a personal love and respect to Van Halen, to Sammy, and to Eddie. I mean, guitar is my forte. I started playing guitar because of Eddie Van Halen. So,
Nice.
and you know, that's like, I wanted it to be a tribute. I wanted Van Halen fans to know that it's really coming from a place of respect and not just trying to ride off of a coattail of some sort.
Sure.
That was another reason why I picked Dreams too, versus songs like Panama or like Right Now. Like Dreams was a hit, but Dreams was like, I feel like it was like a cult favorite, but it was a song that deserved even more attention than I think that it even got back then.
Agreed. It was a hit, but it's not like Jump or a song like Piano Man. No, they didn't ram it down our throats. We're not sick of it.
I also think it would have been bigger if it wasn't on the first Hagar album. Like if it came out on
agreed.
on Balance or
Yep.
FUCK or
Once they got used to Sammy,
1-2 or something.
It was a Van
Right, 'cause
Halen's first
it was
ballad.
Like, everyone was waiting. Everyone was waiting. Oh, let's see how they shit this up, right? Like when
Right.
they were waiting for 5150, and I remember when it was released, I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
Oh yeah.
And and don't get me wrong, 1984 was a great album, right? Like it was a great
5150's better.
But
Yes.
it stacks up very well. You know,
Absolutely.
Like, I agree.
So they didn't ram it down our throats. So that's it's a good choice. What was your introduction to Van Halen?
So my mom is a big music snob. Everything 80s.
Nice.
She raised me. I mean, there's like videos of me when I was like 2 years old, of just like Bruce Springsteen playing in the background, Boston,
Nice.
and man, a lot of Boston. Van Halen was obviously in there.
Don't get me started on them being snubbed for Todd Rundgren bullshit. How is Boston not in the Rock
They
Hall of
both
Fame?
belong in the Hall of Fame.
on.
I'm not choosing one over the
Stop
other.
it. You're making
You
a-
stop
no,
it.
You're not.
Let
They
the
don't-
poor kid talk, you
Damn.
son of a bitch.
Todd Rundgren.
So that was really it.
You got a cool mom.
It's just she was and she showed me like her ticket book, and I'm like, oh, I
Wow.
hope you weren't a groupie growing up. So I don't know. I also don't want to know because she's met like Steven Tyler and like all these in Journey, and I'm like, Mom, I'm a musician. I know how. I know how you get that.
You're like, who's really my dad?
You know what's so funny is I'm like, I have no music. There's no music in my family. I'm like the only one. I'm like, this had to have come from somewhere.
Your dad wants to talk to you. Alice Cooper comes walking in.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Oh, she loves Alice Cooper. So she raised me on like all of that stuff, honestly.
Wow.
So Pink Floyd, I mean, that's it.
Well, let's just be thankful your mom didn't like polka.
I know, right?
This would be awkward.
A poker version of Dreams.
Yeah, Dreams.
This interview would have been done already.
Yeah.
So with the and how did you were? It's an interesting choice to put out a cover before, because I mean you've been playing for years, like you said, you've been touring. So the first song you put out is a cover. You weren't thinking, you didn't want to get yourself out there, or put out originals first, huh?
Well, I like to, as I'm in the studio, I'm really trying to find an identity. So half the battle between identity is songwriting. So when you take a very well-written song, you've already cut half the legwork out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, and being that this is a very 80s influenced style genre, I wanted to take my favorite 80s song.
Okay.
So, and really just kind of build on it and then find myself during the process of it. Because being a rock and metal singer, the way I sing for arena is completely different technique. Well, most of it's different technique. Even my enunciation is different, like down to the detail of being a vocalist. So I used it as just kind of like to give me leverage again and kind of find myself in that process. And then I wrote an original. Actually, I'm sitting on 4 originals right now. So I'm just
right. You got one coming out in another week or two, right? Fever.
June 4th.
A song called Fever. Now,
Yep.
and that is an original, right? Because there are songs called Fever.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only so many words in the dictionary.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the next song being called "Stairway to Heaven." I mean, that's
Right. Awkward, but it's going to work.
So now is that your? So yeah, this is very synth oriented, but you're talking about guitar. So, being that we haven't heard anything, so what is your? You cover a lot of different genres. Like I know you work with the drummer for Seven Dust, which is completely different from, the synth stuff. So do you cover it all? You don't or do you focus more on the synth or more on the guitar or?
So the arena is more synth based, but there's still guitar work in it. And what another thing too is I should have said this, especially 5150. I mean, if you go to Van Halen and just their whole discography and you do like a remix of their music, you turn Eddie's guitars lower, that synth stands in there. They had a lot of synth.
Oh,
Eddie played one hell of a fucking keyboard.
Well, he was a great piano player, right? In his youth or whatever.
Right now, listen to the piano playing on that, right?
Yeah. So like when you do that and it's just remixing it, that's kind of what we did with Dreams. I mean, there's guitar work in there, but all we did was just drop it down. And then when the solos come in, obviously it's the highlight. So you bring it higher in the mix. But I mean, it really wasn't hard people may think it was for a transformation. So it's like taking the 80s, but synth becomes more of the dominant instrument. So.
There was an interview on the radio yesterday. They were talking about dancing in the streets. And they said that they asked David Lee Roth, and he was like, "Oh, it was just something we kind of were jamming and whatever." And then Eddie Van Halen, though, they asked him the same question, and he
hates
said,
it.
No, he said, absolutely untrue. He said it's harder to take someone else's song and remake it, but make it new and whatever, and it took us more work. He said we didn't just wing it, and so they had 2 different answers, but they said adding the guitar and doing all this stuff, and he said it's a lot more work than people think it is. You don't just go up and do their song. You want to make it your own.
He said the intro to that song. I'm geeking out for a second, but he said the intro to their version of that was for a different song, so he was actually pissed that they used it. But yeah, But I mean, they did that. They did plenty of covers that they made their own.
Oh yeah,
like you've done with Dreams.
Love that song.
Oh, absolutely.
People are asking for you to play. Can you?
For me to play right now?
Yeah, but did you?
No pressure.
I literally have nothing around me to play with.
Okay, all right. We didn't know if it was an
I would have
interview.
died if he would have taken out a kazoo or an accordion and just started playing something. That would have been.
We'll play.
Don't mind this.
We'll play your song.
Yeah, we'll play Dreams at the end.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Yeah, some people just have guitars hanging around. They start playing. So.
All right. So
totally wish.
tell us about. So you mentioned before you've been touring. So who you've been touring with? What? Because we don't know much about you because this is your first release. So tell us what you've been doing. How you've been getting around.
So again, primarily rock and metal has been most of my career.
Okay.
And it would be, so Ice Nine Kills, I've done stuff with tours with them, and Plot and You, and at Seven Dust, I've done stuff with Seven Dust, Newfound Glory, Everlast, Warrior Strong.
Nice. And what you mean touring? Like opening for them?
Some of them were direct support slots. Some of them were just touring and you're a part of a package.
Okay.
Some of them are just, so I'm like blanking out right now, but yeah.
No, it's okay.
We do it every week. Don't worry.
You're right.
It's funny. I'm like, who have I played with? But yeah, I mean, it's funny. If you go on our website, you'll just see all of our tour posters ever. So it's on there.
So you've been touring with these bands and these packages, and then how does a guy at 34 all of a sudden, because a lot of guys, they're set. They're touring, they're making a living, they're doing their thing. So, have you been trying to get your music out there all this time, or was this something you felt like doing and it took off?
So I've been wanting to do this for about 3 years, but touring was so heavy for me, and to go dedicate time into a studio and again find myself and create a direction, it was. Time I unfortunately did not have. I also own a remodeling business.
Oh, okay.
And I am a hairstylist and a barber as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
I juggle a lot. I spread myself thin quite often. But COVID kind of, the blessing of it all was it gave me some time to sit and chill and then just go right into the studio and finally dedicate time to this.
Nice.
And then we were in the middle of making Dreams, and then Eddie passed. And when that happened, that's when it turned into, I want to make this a full-blown tribute. It was more like...
You were already working on it when he passed? I just assumed it was as a result.
No. And
Wow.
that was the one thing I was worried about. Not worried, but like, I'm like, oh, people are probably going to think I'm hopping on that. I hate when people hop on trends of like the death of somebody. It's such a selfish thing. But like, no, we were in the middle of all of this. And and then it happened. And I'm like, yo, this needs to turn into a tribute now. So that's kind of like, that was the one thing that evolved out of all of it. So, but yeah, the song started spring of last year of when we were trying to do it.
And now that it's gone viral, I got two things. How are you enjoying this fame, and are you rich yet? Because we'd like you to take us out to dinner.
I am not famous, but I would love to take you guys out to dinner.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Tony eats 3 things, so
Yeah.
you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking about McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Bring French
Just
fries.
get him
He's
fries.
happy.
He's good to go. Yeah.
So, come on. Well, what kind of attention have you gotten from this so far? Like, what weird things have come out of this? There must be something. Come on, Ellen hasn't called for you to go on her show or something. There's got to be something going on.
No, she just retired because I have to.
I got to get out of here before this guy wants in. I got it.
Getting groupies. Come on, something. Give us something good.
Oh God, man.
We can't be the best thing.
That would be too coincidental.
I don't know. I mean, MSN News picked it up. A lot of big like music news outlets and like celebrity magazines have picked it up, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's like a press above the normal magazine thing that's happened. I'll say this, that we received a very cool email this morning, ironically, from Sammy's team.
Nice.
And that's all I can say right now.
Nice.
Good.
So, and you guys are the first to hear this.
Nice.
So,
Breaking news. Well,
Exclusive.
12 people are jumping up.
That's
and
awesome. I'm happy for you. They're a
So
good
we'll-
group
we'll
of people.
What do you think of Wolfgang's new album?
His
by
stuff
the way,
is good, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's great, man.
Yeah.
And I love that he's bringing a very raw element to rock back.
Yes.
I've missed that, and I love that
Yeah.
he's showcasing talent, and I love that he's respecting his dad and trying to make his own way.
Yep.
I think that's a great thing. I would love to meet him as well. I think he's on a good path. So
Yeah.
yeah, stuff's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Tony
cool. I
plays
think
them
it's
like
fantastic.
fairly often. It's really good.
yeah, he's doing great.
All right, so you can't tell us anything more from Sammy's team, but
But
I'm just putting
we
this out
hope.
there that don't forget your friends here when you guys are playing Long Island,
And Sammy's here.
and Sammy's here too. Are there plans to go? Well, all right, so there hopefully plans to go out on tour and do your thing and showcase yourself. When you're in the area, pal, we've got to get you in here and have some laughs and get you to play.
Where are you
and
based out of? Where do you live?
He's in Rochester.
Oh, that's right, Rochester.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not too far from the
Today,
island.
today it's tropical Rochester. It's in the 70s. So.
It'll change in about an hour. I think.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
snow. Yeah.
All right, and we look forward. We got a new song. It's an original called "Fever." That's coming out on June 4th.
Yeah, we'll play it right now.
We will play that when it comes out, but we'll play "Dreams" now as we head out.
Crank it up.
Joey, thanks for the time, man. We really appreciate it. We wish you all the best with your originals and with "Dreams" and everything else you're doing. And we
Guys,
hope to talk to you again, pal.
Absolutely, guys.
Good-
Thank you so
good
much.
luck.
Nice-
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Bye.
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 I want to interview his mom. I'm not kidding. Would that be fun?
Yeah, she must have some stories.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Joey, can you go get your mom?
We'll have to
like,
to block
"It's new,
Joey
she's
so he
not up
can't
yet."
hear.
She was out all night watching a band.
She was getting a tattoo.
This is Arena. Go on YouTube and just type in Arena Dreams. You'll find it. Oh, that's what I forgot to ask him. His social media and stuff. Where can you find him? Well, damn it. Because you type in Arena, like you get other things when you Google it. So shit.
Yeah, this is really. I mean, it sounds bad, but it's pretty. He's got a really pretty, nice
Did you
voice.
just say you thought this was bad?
No, I said it sounds bad that I say to a man about a man that his voice is pretty, but it's just really it's a very pleasant voice.
It's a good guitar.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, wouldn't there be a kick if they?